Welcome to Out of Spec Scootz. I'm Dave, and this is my electric bike. I've had this for a couple of years, and I love it. How about a 0 to 60 test? Well, wait, 0 to 26. I modified this thing to go from max 20 to 26, but don't tell anybody. Ready? Here we go. Whoa, whoa. So what we have here is the BPM. This is a foldable bike. Very heavy duty. I think it weighs almost 70 pounds. I've got the rack on the back. I've got the basket on the front. I am just rocking this thing. And then over here, we've got the Classic. Definitely, this is an eBay bike. eBay bike, Amazon bike. To be honest, great bike. You know, this is the one that my wife, Kathy, rides. It's got a genuine fake plastic, well, genuine plastic, but fake wood wicker basket, which is actually great because, you know, down here in South Florida, you don't want to have a wicker basket like a Nantucket style. It'll just like disintegrate in less than 24 hours down here. 1,000, and this has the Bafang, I think that's how you say it, Bafang hub. And it also has disc brakes, and like I said, it's foldable, which is nice because down here in the condo, I keep it in a storage locker, and then if I want to take it home, I can just put it in the back of my ID4. The tires, they're ridiculous. I mean, who needs tires like this? I looked at it, I go, I do. I love these things. One point though is that because they're so wide, I've actually already gotten 2 flats, and you'll notice that in here, this red color is actually an inner tube. And so these tires, what I'm finding is they're very susceptible to picking up nails or sharp objects. And while they have deep tread on them here, this spot right over here is very thin rubber. I mean, not very thin, but thin enough so that it'll puncture and you'll get flats. But, you know, look, this bike here, the Classic, it's got a range, I would say at least 25 miles. The stated range on my bike, the BPM with the larger battery, is actually 41 miles. I've gone at least 35 on it, but, you know, you can pedal. These as regular bikes. This one has, I believe, 7 speeds. Is it 7? I guess it's 5 speeds with Shimano. It's got a headlight. It's got a little horn. Mine also has a headlight and a horn. This bike does have 7 gears going forward. What I find though is that this bike, when you're in, it's got 5 electric speeds. So when you fire this up, Daddy, we got to get a couple of those. What are we doing with these electric bikes? Those are like hardcore Marco Island guys. Anyway, so this bike here has 5 forward speeds, and it's sold as maximum 20 miles an hour. But if you go into the computer here, and there's a bunch of different things that you can do, a lot of these things are online. And this bike is available multiple brands in terms of the way that they're marketed. But BPM, they imported it from China, and it's a company, I think, out of California. And what they do is they brand it themselves and warranty it, and they've been very good. This one here literally was an Amazon purchase, which was great. This bike was about about $699, I believe, when we bought it. This bike is about $1,700 or $1,800. But what I did was I modified this bike so that when you change the wheel size in the computer, you can actually go faster than 20 miles an hour. Now these bikes are software limited to only go 20 miles an hour because there are different classes of electric bikes from what I've learned. And this one I have gotten to the point where it'll go 26, and actually 26 miles an hour on this thing is quite fast. I don't know that I'd want to go much faster than that. And it's very smooth. Now the way this works is both these bikes, you can pedal and get electric juice at the same time. So as you pedal, that will activate the motors on these bikes. Or you can actually, I'm going to turn this off so it doesn't accelerate. All right, there we go. Or what you can do is you can actually hit this throttle right here with your thumb, or you can do both. The one thing that I would say is that on this BPM bike, which weighs about 65, 70 pounds, very solid. I'm 6'5", I fit very well on it. What I would say though is that the pedal speed when you're going even 18 miles an hour, the 7th gear is not enough gear to allow you to continue to pedal and also receive electric juice to the motor. And anything above, let's say 18 miles an hour, the bike is just, you pedal, you look like you're pedaling, but anyone who knows anything knows that you're actually not putting any pressure on the pedals. You're not really getting a workout. So the gearing, I think it would benefit if there was a way to have perhaps a shifting, another gear in the front that you could go higher and have higher gears, maybe from 8 to 14 or something like that. That would be my advice. But real strong bike. I've had a little bit of trouble with the bike sort of just stop working as I've used it. But meaning that I'll get like 15 miles away, and then all of a sudden the electric juice just won't go, and I've got maybe at least half the battery still left. And it's been an intermittent thing. And I think what happens is this bike has disc brakes, which is great. These disc brakes, I would highly recommend to get those over friction brakes, which are not necessarily as effective, especially in the wet. But what happens is there's a little trigger, a little switch in the actual what do you call it, the brake lever, that turns the motor off. As soon as you grab that brake, the motor shuts off. And what I found was that I think I might have had some corrosion or something in this front brake lever, and as soon as I would touch that, the motor would switch off, and it was intermittent. Last summer it was intermittent. This time that we're down here on Marco, though, I haven't had any problems. It's been working 100%. So anyway, that's our overview of our bikes. They're really cool. You can pedal them as regular bikes. You can be a poser if you want. You can pedal them and actually get electric juice going, which is what I like to do. And look, these are awesome bikes. A couple of things I want to show you is how this bike folds. It's actually pretty cool. I can actually take this basket off, which this is an aftermarket thing. Great basket, by the way. I don't know what brand it is. And then what you can do is you can raise and lower the handlebar here like this. But once you have that in the spot, then you can actually, it's hard, but you can do this, and then you can fold down the handles like this, and then you can take this and then you can fold the bike on itself like so. And then when you take the seat out, I have that tight. Take the seat out, then you can actually grab, there we go. Grab the battery. If you see this right here, this thing's heavy. It's a Samsung battery, really heavy. But what you're able to do is then take this upstairs or inside your house, and I don't think this is a J1772 or a CCS or a Tesla, but you got this little adapter right here, or this is where you plug it in. You charge that overnight, or it doesn't even take that long to charge it. And then you put the battery back in, which is really simple. lock it in. Actually, you gotta like finagle this a little bit. There we go. You go like that, you take the seat, put the seat back in, make that nice and high. You fold the bike back out, like so. Go like that. Fold this back, lock that in. Take the basket, put it back on there, and then you're ready to rock and roll. You just turn this thing on. Oh no, I gotta turn the key on. There we go. Turn this on, get on it, and ride. One other quick thing, these pedals actually, they fold in as well. So you just put that, go like that. And then the other thing is this has an adjustable suspension where you can lock it, open it up so that it'll be a little bit cushy on the front. They do make a full suspension bike as well, but I opted not to get that. I like the firm tail because I'm not really doing any off-roading or what have you. But yeah, great bike. And of course, you know, in our condo, we've got, in the laundry room, we've got storage lockers. And I mean, they're not huge, but this is ours down here. And I fold my bike up, put it in there, lock it up, and it's all good. So if this wasn't a folding bike, I don't know what I'd do. So the folding component of this was part of my buying decision, really. You know, tremendous versatility in that respect. So, and again, solid, very solid ride.